and Towns, Kevin.
The Pistons, Reg, have been the more physical team so far in these two games.
And they have dominated 6 quarters. Now, where the Pistons have kind of faltered, even though they hung on in game 2, has been the 4th quarter.
There you took a look at our starting lineups. Our officiating crew tonight, the crew chief is Zach Zarba. Our referee is Sean Wright. Our umpire is Nick Booker. Combined 3,693 NBA games officiated. Our alternate, Rodney Mott. In the replay center, Brett Barnaky and Tyler Ford. So here we are. When the road team wins, they make it a series, and that's exactly what Detroit did. It looked like the Pistons, Reg, were heading for a win in game 1, and then an incredible New York Knicks 21-0 run, which got them game 1 at the Garden.
And also fast forward to game 2, it was pretty much the same thing. Pistons threw 3, and then the Knicks came all the way back in the 4th, tied it at 94, and if it wasn't for a Mikal Bridges missed 3, the Knicks could easily be up 2-0 in this series.
When the Pistons won game 2, first playoff win in 17 years. They had lost 15 consecutive playoff games. Quick miss there by Hardaway. It's taken by Bridges. He had a chance to tie the game late in the Garden. 3 Towns. And the rebound collected by Cunningham. Karl Anthony Towns and his three-point shot have not been a factor so far. Will not go there from Durant.
2 great looks, one by Harris and Hardaway to start this ball game.
Here comes Brunson. He's had 2 good scoring games. Bridges open for 3. Late close, Cunningham, and an early lead for the New York Knicks.
Bridges, he has shot the ball from 3, especially over his last 10 regular season games. He was shooting about 55% from distance.
Here comes Cunningham, one of the most improved players. They blitz him right there. And inside they've got Durant, who muscles his way against Hart. The ball knocked out of bounds. It's off the Knicks and 3.8 on the shot clock.
I like the unselfish play there by Cunningham because they're always going to put 2 on the ball. And it's up to Durham to be able to play within contact and punish the Knicks inside.
Long shot. Harris will fire. Rebound by Josh Hart. You just took a look at J.B. Bickerstaff in his first season as the Pistons coach. An aggressive Town, stutter stepping in the paint. It's a rebound collected and saved by Harris, and here come the Pistons, who finished 44 and 38. Sorry, Thompson takes it in, trying the Euro step. The ball knocked away and a foul called with 10:28 to go here in the first. It's the first on OG Anunoby.
Kev, a thing that both coaches kind of talked to us beforehand, both wanting to play fast. We know the Pistons like to, but Tom Thibodeau says, look, we've got to get stops or create turnovers and get out before Detroit can set up that defense.
Here's Thompson at the line, only a 64% free throw shooter. A look at Tom Thibodeau right there in his 5th year. He's brought the team, Reg, to the playoffs 4 of the last 5 years. And on his staff is Rick Brunson, an assistant. He is the father of Jalen Brunson, who is the star of New York. And he's got the ball right now. Here's your clutch player of the year, the award winner in that category, most points, and he lives up to it. He's got it right now. With a whistle, it's away from the ball, and Towns
and Harris kind of going at it.
Crashing each other, and Durant is involved. This is exactly what we wanted.
No, this is exactly what playoff basketball should be. 2 teams, 2 states, 2 cities that do not like one another. Both are rich in basketball glory with great players, past and present, and a lot of them in the building tonight.
The Knicks won game 1 by 11.
Oh, look at that.
Down went Thompson. Long shot won't go from outside during the rebound.
Thompson took a shot by Towns.
Brunson couldn't get the 3 to drop Cunningham inside. And it's picked up by New York. Detroit 0 of 6. Hard on the wing. 3 on 2, and the long shot, Anunoby. Bridges the rebound. Rebounding deficit for the Knicks in the series so far. Towns aggressively inside with a foul as he was climbing his way in to the rack.
Already, I like the aggressiveness of Karl Towns. Here's that screen. Oh, look at that shot there by Towns on Thompson. And this has been 3 possessions for Cat, and 2 of them have been drives, trying to be aggressive, getting to the cup.
Ausar Thompson is going over to the Detroit bench. He, I think, has a bloody lip or nose.
And Coach Bickerstaff is saying, take a look at that. He understands, and Coach Bickerstaff is having words, I don't know, with the official or with Karl Anthony Towns. Looks like he's having words with Sean Wright, who was on the play there. Head official Zach Zarber trying to calm down Coach Bickerstaff.
Yep, Thompson got a bloody nose, and they plugged it up, as you can see. So we've drawn blood with a little more than 2 minutes gone in the game.
First blood, baby.
Yep.
It's playoffs.
And they got Karl Anthony Towns at the line. Duren picked up the Detroit foul, his first. And Karl Anthony Towns, 83% from the line. He has been a big story, but he's been a big story, Reggie, all season long. The big trade right before camp opened, Randall and DiVincenzo going to Minnesota, with Karl Anthony Towns being sent to the Knicks, and he followed the acquisition of Bridges. They've really put their eggs in these 2 guys' baskets as far as this season goes, trying to turn the corner.
The prevailing thought was those 2 players were going to get this Knicks team over the hump to challenge the Boston Celtics. Everyone was trying to gear up to go against the defending champs.
It's Harris, who's had 2 good games scoring. Anunoby will pick him up. And he takes it inside in his second stint with the Pistons. Rebound by Bridges. And here comes New York. It's Towns trailing and firing the 3 and nails it over Cunningham. And a quick timeout taken by the Pistons, as the Knicks are out to a 7-point lead. And so far, 0 of 7 shooting for Detroit. Towns on the money from distance. Victory presented by Modelo. It has been a long drought between playoff wins, and for more, we say good evening to Allie LaForce.
Well, Kevin and Reggie, there is a different feeling in the air here in Detroit, not just because it is so loud in this building, you can barely hear yourself think. There's this feeling of hope, anticipation, excitement, and these fans have been waiting for a really long time for continued success in this city, not just in basketball, but in all sports. For a long time, it was difficult to be a sports fan here in the city of Detroit. Of course, the NBA franchise won titles back in 2004 and 1990 and in 1989, but little success since. The Red Wings, historically the most successful franchise in Michigan, they're in a 9-year playoff drought. The Lions struggled mightily for years, but now it's different. The Lions won a franchise record of games. The Tigers won a series in the playoffs for the first time since 2013. And when the Pistons team beat the Knicks, that ended their 15-game playoff losing streak. Winning is contagious, it seems, in this city, and you can feel it.
You can indeed, as Anunoby will flush it right there. And before that, we saw a 3 from Tim Hardaway for the Pistons. He was 0 of 8 in game 2. Welcome sign as he hits the first shot tonight for Detroit. Here's the second one down the hatch. Cunningham knocks it in. So the Detroit Pistons, who began 0 of 7, have hit 2 in a row.
And Hardaway 0 of 6 from 3, as well. Hardaway Jr. as well.
Bridges, the cutting Hart. And the Knicks razor sharp as they start things right here. Hart with his first 2.
Right now, the Knicks dominating the paint area.
It's Cunningham inside. Tip in try, won't go for Thompson. And Jason Hart the other way. Double figures, both games. The trailing Towns, step back 3, late close, down it goes. With another 3, Jalen Duren came out to get him. 8 points so far for Towns.
He was 1 of 5 from 3 in games 1 and 2. Only 5 3-point attempts. Already 3 3-point attempts, 2 of 3 in this first quarter.
Cunningham chisels his way for the basket right there. He's coming off a 33-point game 2 after putting in 21. Boy, a lot of pace tonight with a nice drive inside, and Brunson gets it to drop. A lot of pace for the Knicks, and this was in their plan.
We are going to see a lot of great backcourt scoring between Cade Cunningham and Brunson here. 2 dynamic young point guards.
Hart is watching Thompson. Boy, they're blitzing every time. There's a long shot. Another three.
But that's a mistake on Anunoby. You can't leave Tim Hardaway Jr. I know he is struggling in this series, but you can't go double Thompson and leave one of the premier three-point shooters in our game.
It's Brunson outside. Anunoby, who didn't get a lot of touches in the last game, gives to Hart. They talked about the lack of passing for the Knicks. They're passing well. Brunson three. Bullseye. Brunson knocks it in. 6 consecutive hits for the Knicks.
See the high arc that Brunson put on that corner three.
6 assists and 7 made baskets for New York. Hardaway three. No.
But fouled by
Fouled as
Brunson.
he fired.
And they may take a look at this. Did they allow Hardaway a chance to come down? You've got to allow the shooter. Look at Hardaway is still down here. Did he get poked in the eye? It looks like he may have. And I think they're going to take a look at. Oh yeah, right there. Absolutely. There was contact. This may be upgraded to a flagrant one on Brunson.
The foul goes on Jalen Brunson.
So it could be upgraded to a flagrant one. So that's one free throw. And then 3 free throws for Hardaway Jr. and the Pistons will retain possession. So there's a lot riding on this call here. Yeah, there's the contact right there. Finger to the eye.
And it's almost like his hand was guided to his face and not the ball.
I mean, this has to be a flagrant one. I mean, there's contact to the face.
There's his dad.
There's Papa Hardaway right there, former teammate of mine in Indiana.
Hall of Famer.
First season, Hall of Famer. The original crossover. Let's hope he's okay. That's the last thing as a shooter.
Well, they're not even attending
is
to
a finger going into your eye.
Yep. As he continues to blink and knock away the stars and the cobwebs, and it's good to see that he's at least collected on the sideline as Zach Zarba and the crew will take a further look at it to see. The Knicks last season were in the Eastern Conference semifinals and lost to Indiana. They come in as the 3 seed with a 51-31 record with the number 5 offense this season in the NBA. And talking to Tom Thibodeau before the game, talked about a variety of things, but he also mentioned, as we've been talking about since game 2, just how the lack of free throw attempts in game 2 really caught his attention. And they have clearly tried to be aggressive as they've come out here tonight.
He says, I don't care how you call the game, but call it evenly both ways. He felt there was a lot of unwarranted contact on Brunson, and Cunningham was getting those same contact from OG, and he was getting to the line a little bit more. But what a start for New York tonight offensively.
Well, he was shooting a 3, so it's going to be 3 free throws at the line for Hardaway.
64% to start this ball game, 57 from 3, and here's the contact from Brunson. No, definitely right there, that left eye on Hardaway.
After review, it's been deemed the defenders made unnecessary contact above the shoulder level to the shooter with a follow through to the eye of the shooter. This has been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1 for not making a natural play on the basketball.
I mean, the ball it wasn't even in the vicinity where his hand was going in.
So this is going to be a 1 free throw by anyone, and now Hardaway will get 3, and they will retain possession here. So this could be a potential windfall of points here for Detroit. They can capitalize.
Jalen Brunson picks up his first foul. Hardaway will walk to the line. The two are talking. And by the way, it should be noted that Hardaway and Brunson are former teammates with the Dallas Mavericks. They played together for 4 years.
So there's some familiarity there between these two players. Do I think it was a malicious play on Brunson? Absolutely not. But there was contact.
Free throw disparity in game 2, which we're talking about earlier, with Detroit had 34 attempts and the Knicks had 19. And that was one of the themes coming out of the locker rooms with the coaches after the game, especially Tom Thibodeau, and Hardaway up there again knocking him in.
So 9 quick points here for Hardaway Jr. Remember, scoreless in game 2. But he has come out and been aggressive. 2 of 2 from distance.
And possession for the Pistons. Home record of 22 and 19. One shot will drop. It's a 3. And Hardaway knocks in his 12th point.
Well, that's basically a 6-point play for Detroit to get them right back in this to make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, they were down by 9. You're right.
Here's the matchup they want with Harris guarding Towns.
Brunson will spin 15-footer. Cunningham was off balance. Thompson the rebound. And the Pistons. Hardaway will set inside Thompson off his fingertips. Bridges galloping the other way for the Knicks. Anunoby wide open lane. He'll change it up and then knocked away by Duren. Hart can't save it. He and the ball go out of bounds. It's the Pistons' ball.
I like the non-call. It looked like Anunoby was going to create the contact there against Duren.
The ball as much as he had in the regular season. And that looks to be something they're going to work on here tonight. Cunningham up top. Inside, Duren could not lasso that pass, but it's picked up by Thompson. It's Cunningham for 3.
What a start from 3 for the Pistons. 4 of 5 from distance to tie this ball game up, Kevin.
The Pistons on a 9-0 run. Whistle down low, and a foul called on Detroit with 5 to go here in the first, and we're tied at 20 apiece with the NBA tonight on TNT, brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And Asar Thompson picked up his first foul.
19 of the 20 Detroit points coming from that backcourt of Cunningham and Hardaway Jr.
All right, Thompson's going to come out. Malik Beasley, one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, will come in for the Pistons. Miles McBride has come in for the Knicks.
That's a lot of shooting on the floor here for Detroit.
You're right.
I think Beasley's going to pick up a quick foul, trying to be physical with Brunson.
So McBride has taken Bridges' place. Beasley has taken Thompson's place. And those the changes with under 5 to go. We have completely different salary structures, too, for these teams. Knicks, one of the highest paid teams. Pistons, one of the lower paid teams. Brunson, Towns, they double him quickly. And inside, left open. Hart will squeeze the trigger and get it to go over Cunningham. He's got 4.
You got to play Towns single coverage. I don't know why they're doubling Towns on the post.
Tobias Harris with a 3. Lunging rebound by Karl Anthony Towns. So he's got a couple rebounds. And Towns with 8 points. Couple threes. Here's another one. Good! Towns hits a third 3. He's got 11, and this is the start New York needed.
And this is the start New York needed from Karl Anthony Towns.
Cunningham 3. Rebound Brunson. Jalen Brunson will accelerate and feed. Hart is cutting the bump into Duren. Punch back out. Beasley tried to save it. It's off New York. It's Detroit's ball.
Karl Anthony Towns in transition. His third 3 in this first quarter. What a start for Cat.
Paul Reed and Dennis Schroeder will check in for the Pistons. They take out Duren. They take out Hardaway.
How good was Paul Reed in substitution of Isaiah Stewart, who will not play tonight because of inflammation in his knee.
Long shot. Fake by Beasley. Takes it inside the arc. It's retrieved there by Brunson. Driving on Schroeder. 3.5 in the first. They double Brunson, who kicks it out, and Anunoby a triple.
All created by Jalen Brunson. He knows Schroeder cannot guard him. Single coverage on that post. You send help and you find the wide open 3-point shooter.
Knicks run an 8-0 run. Cunningham off that baseline. New York is 6 of 9 with threes, 6 of 9 shooting the long ball. McBride is on top. Schroeder is on him. Mitchell Robinson has checked in for the New York Knicks. It's Brunson. Working on Reed. Hart is there. Anunoby, another three. And a rebound by Hart. Offensive rebound. That was a good one for New York. McBride triple. No. And it's picked up with Reed collecting and Cunningham driving through traffic to the hole. Got it.
You see how high he had to throw it over Mitchell Robinson. What a play there by Cade Cunningham.
What a pass by Brunson to sneak it in, but picked off by Cunningham. Nice defense by the Pistons.
They're trying to go at Robinson here.
Schroeder fires as he's bumped. And a foul called on New York. 2:23 in the first. Knicks are up by 6. They've led by 9. McBride picked up his first. A matchup, the 3 and the 6 on TNT.
Hey, Charles Wade Barkley.
Yes, sir, Mr. Kenneth Smith.
Don't forget to download the FanDuel Sports app. I don't like the way you say my name. But you're home for live same-game parlays, and all throughout the playoffs you get paid. Who scores more points tonight? Jalen Brunson or Cade Cunningham? That's my question.
Cade Cunningham.
Ooh, I'm going
to be on fire in Detroit.
I'm going with Jalen Brunson.
Number one, how good is it to see all these Michigan and Detroit legends back here for the playoffs in Detroit? Former teammate and Chris Webber, Jalen Rose.
Miles McBride picked up the foul. Schroeder at the stripe. This season he's played for Brooklyn, Golden State, and the Pistons. Dennis Schroeder, he's been terrific coming in for this team. Malik Beasley is on the ball, and McBride. Brunson is there, Schroeder defends. Robinson the screen. And Brunson looking in the corner, deflected out of bounds by Detroit. It's the Knicks ball and 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, if Schroeder's going to continue to guard Brunson, if you're Coach Thibodeau, you got to think about putting Brunson at that mid-post area because they're going to have to come down and double him.
Brunson's got 5. He'll put up a 15-footer. Rebound by Hardaway. Out to Cunningham. Out there with Schroeder with the ball. Reed down low. And as Reg mentioned earlier, out tonight, their defensive anchor, Isaiah Stewart. Drive by Schroeder.
And that's going to be 2 on Brunson. Smart move there by Schroeder. Picking up Brunson's second foul.
With 1:52 to go here in the first quarter. They're going to bring in Campaign.
He played 4 minutes in game 2 after that spectacular fourth quarter, second half for him in game 1.
He had 11 points and did in the second half in game 2. But with 2 fouls, Brunson is on the New York bench. It's Cunningham around McBride in the mid-ranger. And he's a good mid-range shooter, as we know. Inside they fight for it. Vacuumed in Cunningham. On the wing it goes. Schroeder fakes. Step back 3.
Almost like that big 3 he hit to seal game 2 victory. Doesn't shoot a lot of them.
It's Anunoby. Into Robinson, knocked away right there. Retrieved by New York. Anunoby took it to inside, and he was fouled. OG Anunoby was working his way down that lane as you see the 3 by Dennis Schroeder. Anunoby at the stripe. The foul on Hardaway. It is his first. And OG at the line in this series so far. 6 of 6 for New York. With 1:11 to go.
Down there, we just got to take away Towns' catch and shoot, right? So we got to get matched up in transition quicker.
Towns only 5 3-point attempts total between games 1 and 2. Already 4 tonight. making 3 of them. Coach is right. You just can't allow him in transition just to come down and get a warm-up 3. Nice steal here by Robinson.
It was intended for Reed. Here is Hart. Anunoby on the wing, dribbled off his foot, and it ricochets out of bounds. It'll be Detroit's ball with 51 seconds to go, and Karl Anthony Towns will check back in. So New York had a season-low 15 assist, Reg, in game 2 that they lost. They've got 9 already tonight, trying to really. Oh, here we got some pushing at the other end.
Gotta be
Reed
careful
and
now.
Towns.
If you're Reed, you got to be careful, understanding Stewart is not available tonight. And the Pistons don't have a lot of bigs. And again, they're going to take a look at this. This is smart what Towns is doing.
Robinson.
It was Robinson and Reed initially. Don't know what was said or what was going on. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing.
And they'll look at this.
But again, if you're
Play is under
Detroit,
review for an altercation that didn't dissolve.
if you're Detroit, you've got to be careful because you don't have one of your rim protectors, shot blockers in Isaiah Stewart. And Paul Reed, who played great in his absence in game 2, it just looked like Reed was trying to come down there and establish position at that free throw line, and Mitchell Robinson wasn't having any of it. Oh, this is great. I'm all for this. The intensity. We talked about, you've got 2 rabid fan bases. New York and the Detroit Pistons. Both teams and fan bases love basketball, and they love and appreciate hard work, toughness. That's what both of these teams has always hung their hat on, being physical. And we've seen this, and this is only quarter 1, partner. We've got 3 to go. Oh, I love playoff basketball. This is the time of year. My hands are sweaty. Here's Reed trying to establish position. Robinson tries to really lock him up.
Robinson, it appeared, was standing there, and Reed came down to get on him and bumped him as he was trying to establish. So I don't know if they'll begin it with Reed.
To me, this is just a double technical. Let's play on. This is taking way too long, guys.
And then, well, they're discussing it.
It's a double technical, and maybe if you want to give Towns a technical for the shove when he came in, possibly.
After review, there will be double technicals assessed to Paul Reed and Mitchell Robinson, and additional technical added to Karl Towns. 1 shot for Detroit.
1 shot for the Pistons. Towns got in there. And the Knicks trying to send a message, but this has been a team that has not backed down all season long, nor have the Pistons. You know, they've added some players, but truly the grit that we see from Detroit and their coach, J.B. Bickerstaff, has been a theme since the beginning. He felt it was the only way they could get out of a 14-win season, which they had last year. That's what he inherited in Detroit. J.B. Bickerstaff inherited a 14-win team, and they won 44 games this year.
They tripled it, right? They tripled their win column as the free throw by Cunningham does not go.
They were 14-68. He was let go by Cleveland, and they quickly hired him here, and the transformation has been historic. Knicks by 3, under a minute to go in the first. Cunningham coming off a 33-point game 2. Beasley at 3. Rebound, Anunoby will clutch onto it, and the Knicks will take it the other way.
Beasley was 1 of 8 from 3 in that game 2 win.
Payne is picked up by Schroeder. Half minute to go. Towns is there, quickly fired. Those catch and shoot threes make him so dangerous. But he fans there on the wing. Here's a three. No by Beasley. Rebound pulled down by Mitchell Robinson.
What a great rebound in traffic there by Mitchell Robinson.
Towns again. Harris is on him. That has been the ploy used by the Pistons. Driving Anunoby. Goes right into Cunningham, and that's a foul on Cade Cunningham. With 4.7 to go. Cunningham picks up number 1. And OG Anunoby. He had 10 in game 2. He had 23 in game 1. And he hits right here. He's been perfect from the free throw line in this series so far. Hart will come in. Payne will leave. Towns will take off, and they'll bring in Mikal Bridges. We'll talk about the number of minutes the top 5, 6, 7 players for the Knicks play every game, Reg.
I saw that a year ago, and so much chatter in that New York media about it going to have to. Oh, nice.
Offensive rebound. Robinson aggressively up. Anunoby parachutes in and puts it down for New York. Here's the heave. Desperation shot. Quarter has come to a close. The Knicks lead by 6. They led by as many as 9. And they were led by the 11 of Towns with 3 threes and 10 points from OG Anunoby. Brunson with 5. It's game 3, series tied at 1. The 2025 NBA playoffs are presented by Google.
5'9",
And by Coors Light. And Karl Anthony Towns has showed up only 10 points in game 2. Already 11 tonight, 3 of 5 from distance. Allie LaForce had a chance to speak with Cat.
Well, Kat, the physicality, the chippiness, it's already so high, and we're only through 1 quarter. How do you keep your team aggressive but make sure they have that emotional control that you need?
Just stay disciplined, trust experience. It's physicality. It's playoff basketball, so expect nothing less.
In game 2, Detroit really tried to take away the catch and shoot 3 for you. That is not a problem tonight. How did your teammates get you open early?
Just, ball is fine to me. Just taking what I get and, just doing a great job. Teammates getting me opportunities to be great. I just want to make the shots when they give me a chance.
Thanks so much, Kat.
Yeah.
Cameron Payne hard to the rack. Holland the rebound with a whistle. Just underway in the second quarter. The front court scoring for the Knicks has been a big story in this one. 25-1 over the front court scoring of the Detroit Pistons. Landry Shamet has come in with McBride, Towns, Robinson. Payne will inbound. And with the ball, McBride. Robinson a screen.
I like the double big here by the Knicks.
Holland is defending the smaller McBride. It's picked up by Cunningham, or rather Tobias Harris, and they'll take it the other way for the Pistons with Schroeder on top. On the wing, Holland, Beasley down low, and they've got Duren on the baseline.
Now, if you're Detroit, you've got to run this bigger lineup by New York.
Tobias Harris has the ball and poked away by Payne. Shot clock.
Foul on Payne.
On Payne, too. Poked it away. Shot clock was at 6. His first. They take out McBride. Bridges is back in the game. Shamet only played 5 minutes, and he's in here early for New York. Here is Schroeder. Duren on top. Beasley's got it. Shot clock down to 4. Schroeder with Bridges defending. 3. Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder again off the bench. Out here taunting and having words with Mikal Bridges.
Towns will get it to Bridges, and he has the smaller Schroeder there. Duren will come over and hedge his defense, and then Payne.
That's the beauty of it, because Robinson is not an offensive threat, only on the offensive glass.
Payne again drives, knocked away. Duren. Shot clock violation on the play. Defense there for Detroit. And the defense for the Pistons this season, number 10. Against the number 5 rated offense of New York. It's Schroeder. They beat the Knicks. The Pistons did 3 of their 4 matches in the regular season. Schroeder will get by Bridges and go down the lane with a teardrop. saved it from going out of bounds, but it's off Detroit. And New York's ball. So the Knicks, Reggie, had in game 2 just 15 assists. And tonight, they've already got 9. As we just start the second quarter.
That was all over talk radio in New York. The lack of ball movement by New York. Back to Karl Anthony Towns here.
Towns lost it as he was going to fire. He was defended on the play by Tobias Harris. It's a foul on Harris. He'll pick up his second for the Pistons with about 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
Yeah, but if you're Harris, this is exactly what you want. A fadeaway by the center, going away from the basket. If he makes the shot, you just shake his hand.
They're going to take a look at this. A challenge by the Detroit Pistons, who trail by 3 on TNT.
Successful challenge by Coach Bickerstaff here. Initially, yes, Harris did get hand on the ball, but his hand goes down to the wrist, and that's where the foul occurred. Unsuccessful challenge. Towns at the line for 2.
So with these 2 free throws by Karl Anthony Towns, he'll tie the attempts at 8. So that is 1 box check for New York, and the rebounding advantage for the Knicks is +5. That's another box. And clearly the physicality by both teams remains a constant here in game 3.
All around, nice start for Karl Anthony Towns. We talked about the 12 points, but perfect thus far from the free throw line.
He didn't score points in the second half of game 2. In fact, he took no shots in the fourth quarter. So he has come out aggressive with his game. Towns with 13, and the Knicks are on top by 5. They've led by 9. They've never trailed Holland with the ball. Schroeder and Beasley. Duran will wheel into Robinson, and a whistle. And a New York foul with 9:45 to go here in the second. Mitchell Robinson will pick up his first. Tonight from Detroit, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Expedia. Made to travel. Jalen Duran at the line. He was one of 13 players, Reg, this season to average a double-double in the NBA.
And again, without the services of Isaiah Stewart, more minutes for Duran here in the 5 position. But what's going to be interesting, he's going to have to stay out of foul trouble. And I like the cross matchup they're doing because they're putting Tobias Harris on Cat and allowing Duran to guard Josh Hart. But the problem is he's so used to good rebounding the basketball, especially on the offensive glass.
It's Payne inside, cut it off the glass and watches it drop. Payne has come out aggressive with his game, with a lot of shots and a lot of drives inside. It's Schroeder on the baseline as Detroit goes the other way and trails by 5 again. Schroeder 3, Towns defense.
Look at this. 3 threes here in this first half for Schroeder, single-handedly keeping the Pistons within striking distance while Cunningham's on the bench.
Remember, Schroeder had the 20 points and 3 threes off the bench in game 2, 8 points in game 1. Off to a terrific start here tonight in game 3 with 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. It's Bridges feeding. Payne, corner 2, got it! Nice shot by Cameron Payne. 11 points, fourth quarter. We told you in game 1 he was a huge difference in that 21-0 run by the Knicks to win it. On the floor, trying to vacuum it in Robinson. He couldn't get a handle on it. Beasley comes up with it. Beasley with it. Long 3, no! Rebound inside. Towns will corral. And it goes out to Bridges.
That's a man's rebound right there by Karl Anthony.
He's playing a tough game, a rugged game. Payne will get bumped into. There's a foul on Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris,
it's number 3 on
will
Harris.
pick up his third, and that is a concern for the Pistons with 8:25 to go here in the second.
Especially since he's the one that's been tasked to guard Karl Anthony Towns.
Anunoby's going to get off the bench and check in here in a second. As Thibodeau has gone to Shamet and Payne. Here comes Cunningham in.
Wondering if you're Coach Bickerstaff, do you go back to Paul Reed again? He was so effective in game 2 with those limited minutes.
Shamet is out. Robinson with the ball. Here comes Bridges. Robinson a scream, and a 15-footer is good. Rebound by Howland. Quick outlet thrown wildly away, but Bridges can't save it. And the Pistons control. Cunningham drives. Collision. Knocked away. Schroeder there. Picked up Anunoby. Inside. Bridges. What defense by Howland? What defense by Detroit? Schroeder. Corner. Beasley. Three. No. Rebound pulled down by Bridges off the Payne.
Beasley continues to struggle shooting the basketball from distance.
Towns. Three. No. Rebound. Schroeder. 4-point game. Schroeder has 11 of the last 13 Piston points. Cunningham with the whistle as he was driving inside against that New York defense.
How about the rookie here? Ron Howland not giving up on the play. What a block. Just gets a hand, grazes the basketball. And if you're a rookie, this is how you earn more playoff minutes. Plays like that.
So Howland is a rookie from G League Ignite, 5th overall pick. Hardaway back in. Beasley will take a seat. Robinson picked up his 2nd foul for the Knicks. He'll leave. Payne will leave. Here comes Brunson back in the game.
With those 2 fouls, he's got to continue to be aggressive. 5 points for Brunson. Saddled with those 2 fouls early.
It's a Cunningham inbound, and Anunoby is on him. 7.5 in the half, and Cunningham has it. Mid-range shot. It's down for Cade Cunningham, the number 7 scorer in the NBA this season. Cunningham with 11 for the Pistons. Knicks are shooting 43%. Towns aggressively through the lane.
Oh, that's a walk. That's got to be traveling. They're going to call a foul on Durham. Wow. Looked like Towns got away with a walk. Nonetheless, a foul on Jalen. Here's the move. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, he got away with one.
New York will get it off to Bridges. And here is Brunson, 2 of 5.
Both of these teams are picking up everyone.
Towns with 13, working on Duran. 2-point shot, no. Howland's got the ball. They'll try to split it. Too much off the foot. Kicking violation. 19 on the shot clock. Detroit's basketball.
Yeah, you're Schroeder. You go to the rookie.
And just
Get
say,
the ball.
Yes,
yeah, slow down. Yes.
Yep.
This is not a regular season game. It's all about possessions come playoff time. You get the ball to Cade or myself.
Cunningham, who played a season at Oklahoma State, he goes behind his back and he gets it out to Hardaway for a 3.
What a move and split there by Cade Cunningham.
The Pistons have their first lead tonight in Game 3. Brunson drives, Schroeder defends. 6.5 to go in the half. Inside Brunson, no! Rebound, grab by Schroeder. It's off to Cunningham, 3-on-2, Hardaway, 3.
Tim Hardaway Jr., a goose egg in Game 2. 0 for 6 from 3. But here in Game 3, he has come out with reckless abandon. 5 of 5 from distance. Absolutely getting it done with Papa Hardaway cheering him on. What a start for Junior.
And remember, Hardaway in Game 1 played a good game with 19 points and 3 threes, but Reggie in Game 2, 21 minutes and 0 of 8 from the floor. He did not score from the field. But tonight, you mentioned it, 18 points, all 5 of his threes have fallen. And you take a look at Ben Wallace, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA. One of a handful. Gobert has won 4. Here we go inside, and Towns gets it to go. Allie Hardaway is off to a fantastic start.
He's learned you have to have that quick memory, and you have to learn to forget quickly in this league. That's why he came back with that mental toughness to shake it off, and that's something that Coach Bickerstaff told us before the game. The veterans on this team, for all the athleticism and the skill the youth have, the veterans have been so steady. They know how to knock down an open shot. They know how to make the small plays that matter the most. But the toughness, Coach said, that was here before he got here for every one of these players.
Hardaway used to play for the Knicks. He was drafted by New York. He played 4 years with the Knicks. As the 24th overall pick, Towns just picked up his first foul. Schroeder on top. The screen is there. Sets up from 13. Schroeder has come in again off the bench and lit up this offense.
13 off the bench. Hardaway Jr., 18. It looks like
Holland just picked up a foul.
A foul that's going to send.
It was quick.
Very quick. And again, he's a rookie. Big lights, first time in the playoffs. Being a little bit too aggressive against Jalen Brunson. And you can't gift wrap Brunson points. He only has 5. He's only 2 of 6 from the field, struggling.
But Brunson in this series has been terrific with his scoring. In game 2, 37 points. In game 1, 34 points. And in the 5 games against the Pistons this season, he's averaged 31 points a game and just played spectacular basketball. And I mentioned earlier, he just won the Clutch Award, Barry West Award, for what he does late in games and how he scores.
It wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't.
His clutch numbers, unbelievable this season.
Pistons by 2, they've led by 4. Knicks have led by 9. Cunningham doubled, knocked away Anunoby. Outside Howland with the twirling move, hits the deck, rammed into Bridges, and a foul.
Sending Howland to the free throw line now.
Bridges picks up number 1. And Ron Howland will come in. He played 81 games this year as a rookie. That was as most as any rookie off the bench. And he was in the top 10 in a lot of different categories among rookies. So they're bringing him along, and he's seeing important minutes here in this one. Let's take a look at the upcoming playoff schedule tomorrow. ESPN. Celtics will be at the Magic. Lakers will be in the Twin Cities against Minnesota. And then tomorrow on NBA TV and ESPNU, in Milwaukee, the Bucks will host the Pacers. Saturday on ABC, Rockets and Warriors in San Francisco. And for more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. With the Pistons up by 4.
The question is going to be, will Tatum be available for that game 3, missed game 2 with that wrist injury?
We have a couple superstars that are out. Butler, and of course, what will his availability be? Towns working his way, climbing for 2, as he had to swim there to get his 17th point of the night. Great first half for Karl Anthony Towns of the Knicks.
And words for Reed afterwards, too.
Here's Cunningham. He'll dance and drive on Anunoby. And Bridges has it. Brunson the other way. 2-time national champion at Villanova. Long shot. It's up by Bridges. It's retrieved right there by Dennis Schroeder. What energy and what play he has brought off the bench. A veteran of 12 years. He's from Germany. Pounded over there. Paul Reed trying to look for the open man, and Towns is relentless with that defense. Shot clock at 5. Schroeder tried to throw it. Knocked away, out of bounds, off New York. 3.3 on the shot clock.
How about the man-on-man defense by the Knicks on that position?
Wasn't that amazing? Yes.
Unbelievable overplay. Almost forced the Pistons into a turnover. 3 on the shot clock here. Now, if you're the Pistons, you've got to know it and understand it. Got to go quick.
Cunningham to inbound. Thompson, of course, is in. Ball is bobbled in the corner, and a turnover on the inbound. And New York will get it back. It's Brunson. Thompson is on him. 3. Jalen Brunson, no. Rebound inside. Hart. The fake. Lot of traffic. Outside. Anunoby. 3. Card. Nice shot outside. OG Anunoby.
Up to 13 now for OG. 2 of 4 from distance.
He was 3 of 12 coming into tonight in the first 2 games of the series.
Knicks reclaim the lead now.
Here's Reed. Towns there. Down Brunson. Foul Detroit. Cunningham will pick up the foul. 2 on him.
Little hip check there by Cunningham. How about this for New York? To be up 1 and Brunson only 7 points.
Bridges to the rack over Reed. Nice shot there by Mikal Bridges. Timeout taken Detroit with the Knicks on top by 3. They've led by 9, and time now for a Visible wireless timeout.
Hi, we're Visible. If you're looking for one-line wireless plans without hidden fees and surprise charges for just $25 a month, Visible is for you. That's one line for one flat rate, taxes and fees included on Verizon's 5G network. Plus, with unlimited data and hotspot, you can scroll to your heart's content. Finally, a clear choice in wireless for just $25 a month. Cue the confetti. Your wireless should be visible. Switch at visible.com.
We're back in Detroit. Physical play, but we knew it would be like this in Game 3.
This is the very definition of what playoff basketball is all about. 2 teams, not a lot of love lost, and every possession counts. The advantage right now for the bench absolutely goes to Detroit. 15-4 advantage in bench points, but Jalen Brunson only 7 points, and you've got the Knicks up 3. Reason why: OG 13, Karl Anthony Towns 17 points. Big response by Cat after that Game 2, only 10 points, and not even attempting a field goal in the 4th quarter. What a response by him.
But Towns has been so aggressive. As we just had that timeout here in Detroit, Karl Anthony Towns, Brunson and Cunningham having words. Zach Zarba getting in the way. And we've seen some chippiness so far in this game, and it continues. And here come the Detroit Pistons. The regular season, this series tied at 1-1. Cunningham over Anunoby. Beautiful play by Cade Cunningham, and 13 for him.
Forget at 6'5", 6'6", Cunningham can score over most defenses because of that size and wingspan.
Ausar Thompson is on Brunson. Brunson tries to reel down low, hits the deck. Foul on Detroit. It was on Thompson, who was trying to usher him the entire way. And Thompson will pick up his first foul.
Wow. Okay.
.314 to go. Jalen Brunson, an all-star this season for the 2nd time.
But I like this for Brunson because as physical as Detroit has been on him here in Game 3, you're still being effective by getting to the free throw line and seeing the ball go through. So you're finding a rhythm at the free throw line.
They got Brunson back in 22 as a free agent from Dallas. Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Download the app today for the latest scores, highlights, and behind-the-scenes access to all the drama of the NBA. Brunson again. He's an 82% free throw shooter. That will trickle in, and New York at the line, Reg, 11 of 12. Each team has put up 12 free throw attempts tonight. It's Hardaway. He's had a big first half. Hard is on him. Knocked away with the lunge by Anunoby. He'll take it and drive and get it to go. What a great transitional play, all by one player.
What a man steal there by OG Anunoby. And how about the finish in traffic?
It's an 11-2 run by the Knicks. Twirling on that baseline, Cunningham, a lot of traffic. He was sandwiched. It's great New York defense, and Brunson the other way. A collision and a foul on Brunson. It is number 3 as of now.
Well, they're going to take a look at this to try to get this foul off the board on Brunson.
Thibodeau is waiting for the confirmation. They want a challenge. As
I
Beasley
would.
took it, his feet looked set.
Yeah, he was still moving.
Yep. His feet were not set.
Let's see if Beasley is set here. To me, it looks like he's kind of moving a little bit to his right. In my opinion,
We've watched this a couple times.
this should be a successful challenge.
After review, the first illegal contact on this play is delivered by Thompson to Brunson. Therefore, the ruling on the floor is overturned to a defensive foul on Thompson, proximate to the play. This is a successful challenge for New York. They retain their timeout and the right to challenge.
So it wasn't Beasley. Yes, it was a successful challenge. Foul on Thompson, number 2 by him.
And Brunson has 2 fouls and not 3. 2:33 to go here in the second.
And 3 straight trips to the free throw line for Brunson here in this second quarter. 6 quick points. Chance here to extend the lead to 7.
Brunson has been putting together some great second halves, and so the first half I throw you a little bit off and trying to get a read on his game, but he always seems to answer in that second half. Download the FanDuel Sports app today. Make every playoff moment mean more on America's #1 sportsbook.
Jalen Brunson, in my opinion, he's one of those players you do not want to see in a hostile environment. To me, he raises his level on the road, which thus his teammates follow suit.
Well, Detroit led by 4. Then we saw the Knicks. There's a quick foul on the inbound.
Wow.
Anunoby. Detroit led by 4, but the Knicks have gone on a 13-2 run. Anunoby picks up his second foul. And Thompson will be at the free throw line for Detroit. We've had 1 tie. We've had a couple lead changes. Thompson at the line. Brother, of course, of men, plays for the Houston Rockets in a series with Golden State. Both were picked in the top 4 of the draft. First brothers ever to be chosen that high. His defense has been great. He fouled out Reggie of game 2, but his defense and his steal numbers have been number 2 in the NBA since early in January.
Great length, obviously like his brother, his twin brother. Very athletic.
Hart will take it down. Hardaway will meet him. Brunson against Thompson. In the corner, Anunoby 3. Got it!
Man, OG is balling out here.
Terrific game for OG Anunoby. Only 10 points in game 2, 18 tonight. And he has been one of the many stars for the Knicks. That is almost thrown away. Saved by the Pistons. Beasley, sideline triple. Rebound by Brunson. Ahead to Hart. Cunningham will meet him. The trailing Towns. Anunoby catches 3. No! Rebound Thompson. Pistons in their first playoff in 6 years. The twirling Thompson. Knocked out of bounds. Shot clock at 14. With New York by 9, this equals their biggest lead tonight.
What a response by the Knicks. They've had control of this game, lost it a little bit with Detroit going up by 4, but have recaptured it here. And it's been predicated all by their defense. Another steal.
It's Bridges. He'll take it in. Sails for 2. The turnover transition. And New York has their biggest lead tonight of 11, 61-50. The Knicks are shooting 47%. Lead and rebounding by 3. They're checking all the boxes tonight on the road in this game 3.
Detroit being careless with the basketball.
Schroeder, Duran, Towns is there. It's picked up by Karl Anthony Towns, and here come the New York Knicks. OG Anunoby. Towns, Brunson, corner. It goes off. And a 3 by Bridges from the side. Big 3 by Bridges and a 21-3 run for New York.
Very reminiscent of that game one when they had a 21-0 run in that fourth quarter.
Cunningham in the paint. Kicking outside. This shot will go down. Malik Beasley.
Boy, they needed that. More so, Malik Beasley needed that.
Half minute to go here in the first half. Series tied 1-1. Brunson 2 of 7. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Brunson. Little crossover, the drive on Beasley, and the teardrop is in.
Again, playing downhill and getting to his strong hand in Jalen Brunson. Up to 13 now. Those free throws got him going.
Cunningham with the hesitation. A lot of Knicks in the way. Towns will save it, but kicks it back out. There we go with the halftime buzzer. And New York up by 13. Their big lead, 14 in that first half. And they close it out, Reggie, on a 23-6 run.
And it was all done at the defensive end. A lot of pushing and shoving. But the Knicks showing out tonight here in this first half.
4 of their 5 starters in double figures. 18 for Anunoby. First round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. First round coverage on TNT from Detroit tonight, presented by NerdWallet. 13-point halftime lead for the Knicks, 23-6 run to end the first half. And now let's take a look at our coaching adjustments presented by Progressive, Reg.
How about the ball movement by New York? 15 first half assists, totaling what they did all of game 2. And if you're Coach Bickerstaff in Detroit, I know the number one thing, limit your turnovers. You have the Knicks forcing 8 turnovers, especially in that second quarter.
And the Knicks only turned it over 4 times with 15 assists. Allie, the Knicks are shooting 50%. What did J.B. Bickerstaff, the Pistons head coach, say to you?
Well, Coach Bickerstaff's voice was in and out. He is losing it quickly, understandably so, in a building where you can barely hear yourself. But he told me they focused on defense for that exact reason. He said, if we can't get stops, we can't get out and run. We did a good job on Jalen Brunson, but then we let OG Anunoby make impact plays and other guys on this roster. So he said they played with more of a sense of urgency than we did, and that can't be the case here in the second half.
All right, Allie, thank you. Towns will put up a shot. The defense by Duran. Pistons the other way.
Detroit's going to have to play faster in this second half. Because right now, how the Knicks are loading up defensively.
Thompson to Duran, and he'll take it right into the teeth of the New York defense with a nice assist, and Duran's got 4. New York is plus 7 points off turnovers. New York is plus 14 points in the paint. It's Towns to Anunoby. He's had a big game shoving his way into Thompson. Cunningham the rebound. Cade Cunningham 3. Hart with the rebound for the Knicks. He's got 5.
End up holding that lower back.
Knicks are plus 4 in the rebounding category. Towns aggressively inside, gets it to go.
And that's been from the jump for Karl Anthony Towns. 19 now for Cat.
Towns with 19, Anunoby with 18. The front court of the Knicks devastatingly good tonight. They've outscored them 41-6. The front court against the front court. It's Cunningham inside, and that was over the long reach of Towns. Cade Cunningham has got 15.
He was much more aggressive in game 2. They're going to need that type of output here in the second half from Cunningham.
It's a Towns 3 with a Cunningham rebound. He's got 5. Pistons with an 11-point deficit, and outside it goes. Now Hardaway will take it in. Cutting Thompson back to Hardaway. Launches a 3. Another one.
Continues to stay hot. Hardaway Jr. now perfect from 3. 6 of 6. 18 of his 21. Coming Hardaway here, letting it go.
This year, we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the 3 black pioneers who broke the NBA's color barrier: Chuck Cooper, Earl Lloyd, and Nat Sweetwater Clifton. They each excelled as college athletes and as members of the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. But in 1950, when they entered the NBA, they cemented their legacy as historic figures in the game. These pioneers laid the groundwork for all who came after them.
Tomorrow, April 25th, marks 75 years since the historic 1950 NBA draft, when the first black players entered the NBA. Players like Charles Chuck Cooper, first African-American drafted by Boston. Earl Lloyd, first African-American to appear in a game with the Washington Capitals. And one of my favorite nicknames of all time, Nate Sweetwater Clifton, first African-American to sign an NBA contract with the New York Knicks.
Good stuff. Pioneers in this game and in professional sports. Neither team made a change out of that break. Here is Brunson. And Cunningham is on him. Brunson backpedals, puts up a 3 with a rebound by Duren. The Pistons, with their most wins in 9 years, come the other way, the number 6 seed. Hardaway's had a big night from 3. Tobias Harris bumping into the defensive Brunson. Inside, Duren cut. 7-0 run by the Pistons to trail by 6.
Defensively, if you're Coach Bickerstaff, way to start this third quarter. Very aggressive at the defensive end here.
Anunoby, nice cut, big drive, hit some contact and is fouled as he takes it in. I was looking at the assist numbers. They only had 15, the Knicks did in game 2. That was a season low. They've already got 16 assists through one half of basketball with a look at Tom Thibodeau. And Mike Breen. Look at there he is. There's Mike Breen,
That's
Hall of Famer.
You were at his ceremony. But how about OG? In the game he's having tonight with these 19 points. Now remember when Brunson was out for those 15 games, OG's, especially his offensive production, really stepped up, averaging 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in those 15 games. So very comfortable having the basketball in his hands and scoring.
Nice time at the line for the Knicks. Here comes Thompson. Cunningham on top. Bridges is right there. Give away a lot of draft capital to the Knicks to get Bridges this past summer. Cunningham will dance hard as on him. Shot clock at 4. Rebound by Bridges. Rebounding numbers in favor of the Knicks. It's Towns, the stutter step. An impressive first half for him. Brunson, 3, no. Rebound inside by Duren. He's got 5. Inside Duren, boy, they're attacking the middle, and he gets it to go with Brunson on his back. And Duren has scored 6 here in the third with 8 for the game.
Oh, here's a steal possibly.
And they're going to get it. Here they come, Thompson. Drive, count it, foul!
Active hands by Thompson and Harris in the backcourt, causing that turnover on Hart. And this is exactly what you want to see if you're a Pistons fan. Loose ball, Thompson gets it, the contact from behind by Hart. And this is how you get this rabid fan base into this ball game defensively.
Thompson lost his shoe. He had to put it back on, and now he's going to tie it with 7:48 to go here in the third. Reggie, the Pistons, the first team ever to triple, and we talked about this in the first half, but it's so historic. The first team ever to triple their win total. They were 14 and 68 a season ago. And that included a 28-game losing streak. That was history-making. And look where they are now, 44-38. Thompson will have that creep in, and Detroit has outscored New York in this third, 14-4.
Wondering how they got to this place. Great drafting, great scouting, and then surrounding this young talent with savvy veterans.
Here's Mikal Bridges.
Travel.
Oh, he traveled.
And who are some of those veterans right there on defense? Tim Hardaway. You also got Tobias Harris on the floor, Malik Beasley off the bench, Dennis Schroeder. Let's see here now if New York can weather the storm.
So Duren has had a good start to the third quarter. Cunningham to Duren. They're going inside. Thompson! He parachutes in and puts it down. It's a one-point game.
I mean, that 13-point lead went quick.
Anunoby barging ahead, crashing into the defense. Ball is out of bounds. Shot clock at 13.
Unselfish play there by both Cunningham and Durham. Thompson now starting to kind of assert himself out there for his defense. But how about a timely basket here?
It's Bridges and Towns, and Duren is out on him. Bridges will drive into Cunningham. Oh, knocked away by Duren. There's a foul. Cunningham will pick up his third foul for the Pistons, and Bridges will be at the line. You can watch it here with a little hand check.
And there was no need for it because Durham was going to get all ball. Nonetheless, Bridges at the free throw line. His first of the evening.
Here's Bridges, 51 and 31 New York Knicks, first consecutive 51 and 50 seasons in 30 years. Let's take a look at our FanDuel live point spread for tonight's game. We began at -1.5 points, and guess what? We're still at a -1.5 points. 3-point game, under 7 to go in the third. Series tied 1-1. Cunningham driving, Bridges defending. They'll try the up and under. It won't go. Bridges grabbed it, shoved, and a whistle.
I think they're going to get a foul on that drive there by Cunningham.
Or is it on Towns? It's on Towns, who picked up his second. And Cunningham will be at the line for the Pistons.
Oh, right there. Right across the arm. Look, I give the officials all the credit tonight. They are letting a lot go tonight. This is a very physical game. And they're not calling the initial contact. They're letting them play through it.
Well, if you talk to NBA head coaches, they'll tell you that Zach Zarba and his crews are usually most buttoned down and on it. And tonight we have Zarba officiating this with a terrific crew. Cunningham, who had career highs in every category. It's that free throw. Got both of them to drop.
Oh, what a spin move.
Towns! Oh, what a shot! Down he goes. Foul called on the play. Karl Anthony Towns has come to play tonight.
And I absolutely know Shaq is loving this. Not settling for those threes. Putting his head down. Putting Durham in the blender right here. Taking the ball to the hole. Playing through contact. What an evening for Cat. 21, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. What a bounce back in response to game 2. Think about this. Only 3 field goal attempts in the second half alone, and didn't even attempt one in the fourth. You can't have that from an all-star night.
That's not why they got him. That's not why they got him.
Not in a playoff game. That can't happen.
Start the season, they gave OG Anunoby the largest contract in Knicks history. Made the 2 huge trades for Bridges and Towns. 51 wins. The result. It's Duren on top, poking at the ball. Towns, there's a whistle.
That's going to be 3 on Towns.
Towns with 20, 3 fouls, and 6-11 here in the third. Towns is coming off a game where the second fewest touches of any game this season. Not tonight. He has been the star. Cunningham doubled. Sneaks one in. And Thompson lost the ball with the turnover.
OG with the hands.
Bridges through traffic. Anunoby catches the three. No. Duren collects the rebound. It's Cunningham to Thompson. Hardaway, three.
Even his misses look good.
Cunningham has it. Here's Tobias Harris. His scoring has been down tonight. First two games, terrific. Hart, Harris with a whistle and a foul.
That's going to be number 4 on Harris.
And that's one of the reasons why his game has not looked like it has in terms of scoring. He has an 0 of 5 game from the floor with the 4 rebounds, but you mentioned it, 4 personal fouls.
And now on the floor for the Pistons, Schroeder, who was great in that first half. 13 points, 3 of 4 from distance.
Just to finish up Harris, he had 25 points in game 1. In game 2, 15 and 13 rebounds.
Yeah.
There's a great defensive play
by
Schroeder. A disruptive play coming off the bench, right off the bat for the Pistons.
Just got in, literally, and picked up Brunson full here. There's a deflection which caused the violation in the backcourt.
Cunningham gets the screen, gets it off Duren. It's a 2-point game. Timeout.
In an age where we like to highlight the high flyers and the scores, it's good to see the role players do a lot of the little things. The screening by Jalen Durham. Rolling hard, easy bucket. Set hard screens. Allow Cade Cunningham to make the correct play in the assist by Durham. Here's another great screen. He occupies 2. Durham with the finish. Do the little things. You don't always have to be a high flyer or dribble out the clock. If you can do the little things, you can also be effective for your team.
The front court of the Pistons has awakened here in the second half. They've outscored the Knicks front court in the second half after getting swatted in the first. A missed shot with the Cunningham dribble and a feed to Duren and a cross court in the corner. Hardaway. 3-0. Towns rebound. Hart the other way for New York.
Hardaway has missed his last 2 now.
Towns, money. There he goes. Knocks down a 3. Give him 25.
That's a 6-point swing right there. A missed 3 in the corner by Hardaway. And Towns knocking down his 4th.
Cunningham to Duren. Well, they've been running that all second half long.
Look, I'm giving Cade all the credit because they're going to force 2 on him, and he's making the simple basketball play.
Duren is 5 of 5 to start the second half. Driving here is Bridges. Scoops it home with a foul. Pretty play as he was wheeling in and got it to drop to give the Knicks a 5-point lead.
Nice move here by Bridges, and with Brunson struggling from the field, 3 of 11, 13 points. It's been OG, and now Bridges, 14 for Bridges. And shooting 5 of 8 from the field, 47% as a team for the Knicks.
Bridges didn't have any free throw attempts in the first 2 games. He is 2 of 2 tonight. After his 19-point game 2, had 8 in game 1, and at the stripe right now for the Knicks. Free throw number 20. They're 19 of 20 from the line, 14 of 17 shooting from the stripe for the Pistons.
Cale Bridges having words with Tim Hardaway Sr. underneath the bench after that 3-point play.
Cunningham fighting the Bridges defense. And the shot clock in single digits. Cunningham drives and kicks. Schroeder fakes, dribbles, fires, free. No. And a rebound, Duren out of bounds. He and the ball go. It's New York's basketball. As Miles McBride will check in for New York. Bridges will take a seat on the Thibodeau bench. Robinson gets the town screen. He'll take it to the free throw line and hit the 15-footer. Count that, and it's a foul. Every time the Pistons inch closer and seem to grab momentum, the Knicks come back with plays like that. It's a fourth foul on Duren, who is defending Brunson, who will be at the line for New York.
Brunson and Durham having words right now.
Brunson with 13 points. 6 of 6 from the line and 3 of 11 from the floor.
And Jalen continue to kind of jaw at one another. Here's the stare down by Brunson to Durham.
Mitchell Robinson is checked in. Towns will take a breather. Seven of 7 from the line. New York in a 9-2 run since Detroit cut the game to 2. Paul Reed has come in for the Pistons. Hardaway out there. Cunningham with the ball. Hardaway off the screen. Driving on Robinson. Picked up by Hart. And Cunningham will take it in. Reed will put it up with a foul called. It's on New York. With 3:14 to go here in the third. In a tie series at 1-1. Robinson picks up his third. Tonight from Detroit, the NBA on Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm is there. Reed at the line.
This is these last 3 minutes, especially after Duren has picked up those 4 fouls. These are going to be a lot of minutes for Paul Reed at that center position. So not only rebounding, but keeping Mitchell Robinson off the offensive glass.
Reed is seeing time with Isaiah Stewart out for a second consecutive game with right knee inflammation. Stewart, the defensive anchor for the Pistons, out again. Brunson with it, Anunoby, and he will go against the defense of Beasley and beat him with that J, and he's got 22.
OG has been in the lab. He didn't have this type of bag a year ago.
Miles McBride, Deuce McBride, will pick up the foul as he tried to poke it away from Beasley.
Look at this. He wouldn't even dare doing a step back here a year ago. But the confidence grew when Brunson went out. And his production went up. And that confidence has stayed with him. And that's just an added bonus for the Knicks.
So at the free throw line is Beasley. Just to finish up Anunoby, 23 in game 1, 10 in game 2, 22 tonight. Let's take a look at our Google search trends tonight. We've been waiting for this all game long. People talking about Hardaway's first half. Brunson is always a topic, and Cade Cunningham is an emerging star, a first-time All-Star. Cunningham this past spring.
And really, Cunningham and Brunson have almost canceled one another out. One has 17, the other one has 16. They both have not shot the ball. It's been the supporting cast, and more importantly, the supporting cast of the Knicks that's been the difference.
Here's McBride, and now Brunson. Robinson a high screen on Schroeder, and Brunson will try to crowbar his way in. Shot clock at 5. McBride sets 3 over Holland. Rebound Reed. Cunningham with 17. Looking for that switch. Beasley will drive. A lot of traffic inside. And Reed vacuums in the loose ball. Fought off Robinson on top. Beasley 3. No! Rebound diving inside his Hart. Down court, Beasley has that ball deflect away and out of bounds.
And Beasley cannot believe he missed that 3. Again, struggling from the field. 1 of 9 from the field, 1 of 7 from distance. Remember, this is a guy who was second behind Anthony Edwards in terms of threes made this year at 319.
Set a team record.
But 2 of 17 thus far over the last 2 ball games.
Beasley, by the way, finished second in the sixth-man award voting to Peyton Pritchard of the Boston Celtics. He had an incredible season. Beasley was right in back of him.
Brunson, you can bait the rookie into a foul here if you're smart about it.
Brunson over Holland, the 3. Schroeder chases it. Off of Schroeder, off of the Pistons. It's New York Knicks basketball with 1:42 to go in the third.
And Josh Hart just does everything for your team. Hustle, second chance opportunities.
Anunoby driving hard into Reed, puts it up, no. And then finally, it's recovered by the Pistons after a couple swipes at it. Holland inside, held by Hart with a whistle and foul and 1:30 in the third. This is going to go on Josh Hart. And Hart picks up his second for New York. Boy, it is amazing. And now we began our broadcast with this. Amazing time to be a sports fan in this city, in this state. Lions, of course, with a level of success they haven't seen in a long time. Tigers were in the playoffs. Now the Pistons in the playoffs. It has been a fun time to be, of course, Michigan State and Michigan, not that far away. 2 great universities, both in the NCAA tournament again. Prominent Big Ten teams. Holland at the stripe.
Let me ask you, where's Jared Goff? Jared Goff should be in the building tonight.
You know the NFL draft is tonight, right?
I believe he's already drafted. Isn't he the quarterback of the Lions? He should be here in the
party.
building.
They got a big draft party. Here comes McBride. You're out of control. Here's Brunson. And they got Schroeder. Schroeder's had a terrific night off the bench. In the corner, Anunoby puts up a 3. No. It's a Schroeder rebound, and here come the Pistons on the run. Down by 6. In the corner, Holland, 3. No. Rebound. It's collected by Brunson. The other way with that head on a swivel, drives into Cunningham, tried to scoop it up, knocked away Reed, counted for 2 and a goaltend. The lead is 8. It's been as big as 14 for the Knicks tonight.
And this has been a role reversal for the Knicks from the first 2 games. It was Detroit dominating the first 3 quarters and New York coming alive.
Holland finds inside, lands the wrong way, and is
rolling on the ground. But it was New York who came alive in games 1 and 2 in the fourth. It's going to have to be Detroit to come alive here in the fourth if they want to hold on the home court.
Brunson just picked up his 3rd foul. Holland will be at the free throw line. Piston team began the season 0-4, lost 7 of 9 in November, but come back to go 44 and 38. Earn badges to win prizes with the NBA ID Playoffs Challenge. Members in the U.S. and Canada who complete the challenge get the chance at a trip to the NBA Draft. Play now in the NBA app or on NBA.com/ID.
Big minutes off the bench by the rookie Ron Holland. Again, he only played 5 minutes in game 2.
And only 6 in game 1.
6 of 6 from the free throw line from the rook.
Here's McBride. Holland is all over him. Hart's got the ball. Beasley's on him. Anunoby will drive on Cunningham. And it's 4.7 on the shot clock, and the Knicks will inbound.
I can't stress this enough how OG Anunoby and his aggressiveness has been unbelievable for the Knicks over the last 2 months.
Brunson to McBride. McBride with the 3. Hits it from outside. And the lead is back to 9 for New York. Another triple for the Knicks. Tonight they've knocked down 11 of them. 11 threes for Detroit. Holland drives again with the collision into Brunson. Rebound by Reed with the fake, and he'll pull the trigger and a whistle. With 18.5 seconds to go in the third.
Free throw line is what's keeping Detroit somewhat within striking distance. because they haven't been able to score the basketball from the field. They're only shooting 41%. It's been the three-point line or the free throw line.
Mitchell Robinson picks up his fourth. There's Paul Reed at the free throw line. Played the beginning 4 years of his career with Philadelphia. He was waived and he was signed by this team. Again, with Stewart out, he is seeing more time in the middle. Back up to Jalen Duren.
Follow up my point. Detroit, no field goal over the last 4 minutes. And they seem to go into these little droughts. We saw that in game 1 when the Knicks went on that 21-0 run in the fourth. And somewhat tonight when the Knicks went on that 21-3 run. We're in the middle of one right now, but what's kind of saving them has been the free throw line here.
Knicks have their starters in. Towns just came in the game. For Mitchell Robinson, Reed cans it. Final seconds of the third. With the tie series and the first game in Detroit. It's Bridges over Reed. Short, picked up, Hart puts it in at the buzzer. Nice shot there as Josh Hart gets it to go and puts a 10-point lead into the third quarter for the New York Knicks. So New York trying to go up. The road team has already won in this series. Can New York reciprocate? Fourth quarter coming up with the NBA playoffs presented by Google.
Some of us don't get a second chance.
Fourth quarter is coming up. We had some terrific stories coming into this game, but all season long, the Pistons have remained one of the more amazing stories. 14 wins a year ago, and this year with Trajan Langdon pulling the strings, they get Cunningham #1 overall back in 21. Ivy is out, but Duren is here. And the team has added Hardaway. They got Beasley. They got Harris in the offseason. Big moves and 44 wins. And moments ago, speaking of Tim Hardaway Jr., our Allie LaForce caught up with the sharpshooter for the Pistons.
Well, Tim, Coach talked about the veterans on this team being that steadying force. That's been you all game. But how do you just close this gap? What do you tell the team?
I mean, we just got massive physicality with them. You know, they're doing a great job of crashing the glass, getting a second opportunity. So just got to will to get the ball and go out there and run and make plays.
I know defensively towards the end of the second half you had some slip-ups there, and they had more of a sense of urgency. So what are the small reminders that you'll be giving to the younger players on this team?
Every possession counts. Win a possession. That's all.
Thanks so much, Tim.
Whoa! Beasley skies.
And with a little point message to OG, and look at Beasley. Look how much weight he has given up trying to guard Cat.
Pistons have the most dunks by any team in the NBA in 6 years this season. Cameron Payne is in, fakes the pass, drives, teardrop, no, whistle, foul. It'll be called on Detroit.
This double big lineup is going to give the Pistons huge challenge here. I think this was number 5 on Jalen Duren. What a finish here by Beasley. Are you kidding me?
Well.
Wow. Oh, man.
Duren just picked up his 5th foul for the Pistons.
This is huge.
Tobias Harris is in. Cunningham is in. Reed is in the contest. Beasley defending Bridges. Schroeder in the contest. There's another whistle.
Beasley now picking up his 2nd. Detroit trying to be physical out here. With Brunson on the bench here for the Knicks, this is a great opportunity for Detroit to try to go on a little bit of a run here.
Towns with 25. He's done it all over the floor. There's another foul. It's on the Pistons again.
It's on Cade Cunningham.
It goes on Cade Cunningham, number 4, Reg on him.
So Cunningham with 4. Jalen Duren with 5. Tobias Harris with 4. Foul trouble starting to mount up here for Detroit.
Detroit, 3 team fouls already. A little more than a minute into the 4th. Here's Anunoby, monster game tonight, looking for the cutting cat Mitchell Robinson. Anunoby, and he may have been going for Robinson, although Cat was in the vicinity. Nonetheless, a turnover for the Knicks, and here comes Schroeder to Cunningham. He'll put one up from 17. Cunningham with the big basket, 19.
Cunningham's going to have one of those quarters if Detroit wants to hold on to home court advantage here.
Coming off a 33-point game to Cunningham. Has now put in 19. Bridges driving on Schroeder. With that 14-footer, which will trickle in for the New York Knicks. Bridges has got 17 for New York.
Good deep, better roll there by Bridges.
Cunningham got a screen. They got Payne on him. They try to reach in. That's a foul on Cameron Payne.
It's number 2 on Payne.
With 9:54, a little more than 2 minutes to go. Look at Tom Thibodeau, and this year he surpassed Pat Riley for wins as a New York Knicks head coach. Cunningham will take a breather.
How about the Knicks? Back-to-back 50-win seasons. That hasn't been done since Pat Riley and those Knicks mid-90s.
Here's Schroeder. Beasley off a screen. Reed will set it. Beasley will try to penetrate. Does! And knocks it in. 9 for him.
Looks like that dunk. Kind of see if his jumper is to follow.
By the way, Hart has come in for Robinson. Poked away by Schroeder. It's out of bounds. It is off of Detroit, and shot clock showing 12.
Thibodeau getting Robinson off the floor, coming back with Hart.
Now Robinson's
coming back in for OG. Now you're back to that double big lineup here.
He had ankle surgery, of course, in the offseason. Missed a lot of the regular season, waiting for him to come back. Anunoby, as Ray said, will check out. 2 bigs in there, Towns and Robinson. It's Robinson, and now Karl Anthony Towns. Harris will try to stop him. He can't. Inside Towns. On the doorstep, wouldn't go. Hardaway the rebound. Schroeder at the controls.
This is a huge possession here for Detroit.
Payne is all over Schroeder. Harris has been quiet. He hasn't scored. Up and off. Rebound Reed.
Reed was great in game 2. Off the bench. And he is starting to spread his wings. That's his first bucket, but he has 5 rebounds, 3 of them.
Technical foul.
Technical foul on Payne and Schroeder. Again, words being said here. We saw this in the first half, and it continues here in the 4th. 4-point ball game.
Schroeder has come off the bench with 13. Beasley off the bench with 9. Both on the floor right now. An imperative for the Pistons. On a night where Harris has gone 0 of 6. And Harris has been such a force in the first 2 games for Detroit. 25 and 6 in game 1. Double-double, 15 and 13 in game 2. Nothing tonight. Cutting, Hart. No! Slammed in Robinson. Uncovered off the weak side. 2 for him.
And the Pistons so small with Durham on the bench with those 5 fouls.
Harris lost the ball. It's Hart. Sidestepping, feeding, Bridges, backpedaling, 3, no. Reed the rebound. Trying to untangle himself from the Knicks defense, and Beasley the other way. Off to Harris. Back to Beasley, 3, no.
Didn't even have his feet set. But Paul Reed in here trying to keep the ball alive.
Brunson on the floor, got it. And he'll come the other way for New York. Harris is on him. Brunson will size him up, curl, and fire. Timeout taken New York. Make it Detroit. Pistons take the time, 8-point lead for the Knicks. Big play right there, and 20 for Jalen Brunson. Welcome back to game 3 here in Detroit, tied at 1, Pistons Knicks. Time for our TNT game break, presented by PayPal. The Thunder have been so commanding in this series, much like they've been in the regular season. That game coming up. Thunder Grizzlies next on TNT. So, each team has hit 11 threes. The Pistons plus 6 more attempts at the free throw line. And Detroit is plus 2 in rebounding, categories we were looking at. But the Knicks are plus 12 points in the paint, dominating in there. Not a surprise, Cunningham takes it in, wheeling around on Bridges, threw it away, travel. Turnover when they can least afford it, down by 8.
I even would have liked to see Cunningham take that shot, even though it was contested. Reed has done a great job on the offensive glass. Maybe he cleans it up. Got to get a shot at the basket as opposed to turning it over.
Brunson with 20. Inside the cutting Hart. Nice defense by the Pistons. Reed got a hand on it. Harris was right there. Hardaway at the other end, and a foul on Bridges. Out on the floor as Tim Hardaway Jr. was making a move with more words and shoving after the play. .7:22 to go in this fourth quarter. Detroit has not won a playoff series in 17 years. They've not won a home playoff game since May of 2008. Hardaway is here. Brunson will defend. 3 is off. And they chase for the loose ball. It's on the floor. Schroeder got it. Cunningham drives with it. Fires on the fly. Rebound pulled down by Towns.
Great defense by the Knicks once again.
Brunson to Bridges. 3. Kaboom! Puts it in. So the first team in these playoffs to hit 100 points is 14-0 league-wide so far. It's Schroeder at the line. He'll knock in the 2. And he makes it a 9-point game.
Somewhere Ralph Lawler is smiling right now at you saying that.
You mean Hall of Famer?
Ralph
Lawler, yes.
Ralph Lawler.
Longtime voice. He was in Philadelphia, went to San Diego. Longtime voice of the LA Clippers. The real gentleman in this game. Now retired, but remembered by all. Admired by all. Here's Brunson. Shot clock is down to 5. Towns into Schroeder. Easy work. Easy work.
Can look just over Schroeder.
Towns has got a series high 27 points for him. Cunningham with a 3. Got it.
Well, the question is not going to be at the offensive end for Detroit. Can they stop Bridges? Can they stop Towns? And more importantly, Mr. Clutch with the basketball now in Jalen Brunson.
It's an 8-point game. Schroeder holding on. No call right there. Brunson will go. Schroeder is all over him. Gyrating is Brunson. Kicks to Bridges. Shot. 3. No. Rebound. Punch by Schroeder. Saved by Hart. Inside Anunoby. Leads. Oh, knocked away by Reed. Picked up inside by Harris. Here come the Pistons on the fly. Down by 8. Cunningham. Corner. Schroeder. 3. Yeah!
Schroeder.
He has been magnificent tonight. 18 points off the bench for the Pistons. Shot clock at 5. Brunson 3. Long rebound. Reed.
Paul Reed has been a man tonight off the bench.
5-7 rebounds now for Reed. Here is Harris. He has not scored from the floor. Harris here. Over Brunson for 2.
Gets his first bucket. Recognize the mismatch versus Brunson. And here comes the Detroit Pistons. It is a 1-possession game. 8-0 run by Detroit.
Down to the wire in Detroit, and first-round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. Here are the games coming up. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the great Lion receiver tomorrow. Game 3's on ESPN. Pistons in Orlando. Lakers in Minnesota. Tomorrow, Game 3 on NBA TV and ESPNU. Pacers and Milwaukee.
And Kev, this is now considered a clutch time game. And remember, Jalen Brunson today won the clutch player of the year, who gets fouled right there by Schroeder. The ball's going to be in his hands. And he won by a landslide.
Knicks, by the way, have 2 fouls to give. Detroit none. Hart with the ball. Big night, Bridges 20, Brunson with 20, 27 for Towns, 22 for Anunoby. Towns driving into a couple of Pistons. Hart is on top, shot clock down to 5. Cunningham is on Hart. Schroeder trying to defend Brunson. 15-footer, pure! Ooh, 5-point Knick lead. 4:05 to go.
Clutch.
It's Cunningham with Anunoby there. And a foul on the perimeter on the New York Knicks.
On OG. That's number 3 on him.
Anunoby had 10 in the first quarter, 8 in the second. He had 4 in the third, has not scored here in the fourth. But he's been a factor. Under 4 to go in regulation.
Let's see if Cunningham can match Brunson here.
Shot clock down to 5. Cunningham has it. Brunson will defend. The gyrating Cunningham for 2, out. Picked up by Hart. And off to Brunson. 3.5 to go.
You know Brunson's going to squeeze the life out of this ball to get the best possession.
Brunson. Schroeder defends. Shot clock at 3. Hart for 3. It rattles out. Towns had the ball. Schroeder dives. Brunson dives. The collision. The jump ball.
Why? No one had possession. That is a bad call there by the official, Nick Bucher. Look at the ball here. I love the scramble here. First to the floor. It's Brunson. It's Schroeder. But no one has possession. How can it be a jump ball?
Brunson holding on to your neck. His neck, as you can see, and if you're a Knick fan, that's always a concern. But he's up and he appears to be okay.
Now, clearly, you would assume that Durham is going to out-jump Brunson here. So if you're Durham, you got to find out where the 2 is. It's right there between Harris and Cade. But watch OG shooting the gap here to try to get the ball here. You got to hold him off if you're Cunningham, because OG's going to try to shoot the gap here and steal the ball.
Turn against Brunson. It was in there a little bit early.
Yeah, they're inside the jump circle, both Cunningham and OG. Cunningham has to hold him off. He's coming. Same with Tobias Harris. He's got to hold off Cat. Too hard.
Out of bounds, off Detroit, New York's ball.
That's a bad possession on the jump ball. They clearly should have won that.
Anunoby will inbound. Hart to Towns. Harris is on Towns. This has been the matchup Detroit has relied on. Towns tonight, though, has won it. Nice series of moves to get open and hits the J. Nice shot by Karl Anthony Towns with 29. Timeout taken, Detroit. Now the Knicks by 7 with 3:01 to go in regulation. We're back in Detroit, and the NBA tonight on TNT is brought to you by Hennessy. Made for more. Have to be 21 or older to drink responsibly. Hennessy. Knicks by 7, 3:01 to go.
Instead of having the ball down 5 from that jump ball, Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks win it. He knocks down a shot to go up 7.
Harris has it. 1 of 7 tonight with 2 points. It's Cunningham outside. Shot clock down to 7. Anunoby will defend. Inside Harris, cutting, knocked away by Towns. What defense by the Knicks at the rim. 2.7 on the clock.
I recognize it here. Gotta go quick.
Boy, Hart was in there too, assisting.
Oh, clear look by Hardaway.
Three-point goal slammed in by Turin. It's a 5-point game with 2.5 to go. Brunson's got it. Schroeder again will be on him. Towns.
Oh, that's an offensive foul on Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns will pick it up.
They called it late, but I felt it was the right call. He twisted at the last minute.
4 on Karl Anthony.
Dribble handoff right there, yeah. That's a good call.
Big possession for the Pistons. Knifing through. Cunningham scoops and scores. 3-point game.
And if I'm Detroit, I am sending Durham, who is guarding Josh Hart. Josh Hart is going to have to make a play. I got to get the ball out of Brunson's hands.
You just saw Pistons on a 12-4 run. It's Brunson with the move. Oh, he fakes out Schroeder. Sets up for the mid-ranger. Picked up by Cunningham.
You just have a feeling Hardaway in one of these threes.
Cunningham will dance.
Oh,
he got by Anunoby.
Slipped
He
out of his
lost it
hand.
inside. Towns gathers it. Brunson will swerve, drive, and score! What a play by Brunson. Great defense at the other end by New York. Cunningham, corner, on the sideline. It's Hardaway, picked up by Hart. The bump into Duren, and Brunson in control, and 1:09 to go.
Hardaway's missed his last 5 threes.
Brunson will drive, Schroeder will defend, and down it goes. Brunson coming up big, 26 for Brunson.
Mr. Clutch doing it once again. Jalen Brunson, 8 of 19, 24 points, all of them down the stretch here.
Jalen Brunson, and Reg told you this, just won the Clutch Award today in the NBA for what he's done the past season. He's got 8 points in the fourth, and in clutch time, 5 minutes and under, 6 points. So he has stood up and represented that trophy well with what he's done on the road tonight in Game 3 and trying to break a 1-1 tie in the series. On the wing, it's a Beasley 3.
That's huge. Now you don't need to foul. You need a stop. Now they have the bigger Cunningham on Brunson.
Brunson looking for the screen, and Towns will try to set it.
You got to get the ball out of his hands.
It's Towns, shot clock at 4, bumped on the play by Harris, a runner off the baseline, foul called on Detroit. It'll be on Harris. And Karl Anthony Towns will be at the free throw line with a 4-point lead and just under 35 seconds left in regulation. He is 5 of 5 tonight from the stripe.
Harris is upset and giving it to the official, Sean Wright.
Knicks tonight have been superb at the free throw line, 20 of 21.
And with that one timeout, they can't afford to use it here. Bickerstaff telling his troops they're going with it, make or miss. We're hoping they can get another 3 here.
Well, they got 3-point shooters on the floor. Hardaway, Beasley.
He just knocked down one, his second of the evening for Beasley. 2 of 9.
Karl Anthony Towns again. And Cat has 31. 31 points for Karl Anthony Towns. After he scored 10 in game 2. Cunningham sets. Spins off Brunson, feeds inside. Turin is there. 4-point game, half-minute to go. Brunson with it. Cunningham on him. Pokes away. Claws at the ball. Thrashing at him there is Hardaway. And a foul called. It's Hardaway's 4th. Clock at 23.4. And to the free throw line goes Brunson. He is 7 of 7.
That's what makes this Knicks team so difficult down the stretch. The ball's going to be in either Brunson or Karl Anthony Towns' hands, and both are excellent free throw shooters. 14 of 14 apiece.
As that drop, it's his 27th point. This is what the series schedule looks like. Game 4 Sunday here in Michigan. Then back to New York for Game 5. Brunson with 27. 9 of 20 from the field, but 9 of 9 from the line. Cunningham the other way, down by 6. Here come the Pistons. This is a shot over Anunoby. It's a 3. With Robinson in there trying to grab it. It's off the fingertips of the Knicks and out of bounds, and it's Detroit's ball. Now, a lot of anticipation in Detroit for this game tonight. Coming back home after a win in game 2. There's a shot. A 3 won't go from Beasley. Bridges controls it. They hold it. Jump ball. 8.6 to go. The New York Knicks, after that thrilling come from behind win in game 1 in the Garden, have come on the road and taken the Pistons. Here is a Hardaway 3. Got it. It's a 3-point game with 5.8.
I'd call timeout if you're Thibs here. Advance the ball.
And a timeout is taken. New York has one left, leading by 3, and they'll have Karl Anthony Towns with 31, Brunson with 28, Bridges with 20, 22 from Anunoby. And the Knicks tonight have shot 46%, hit 12 threes, and from the free throw line, Reggie, they were 24 of 25. They just used a timeout, 1 remaining there, and the inbound will come on the near sideline, as you can see from Bridges, and covering that will be Harris.
And if you're Detroit, best case scenario here, if you can get a 5-second violation on the Knicks here. But if you get a quick turnover, you do have that 1 timeout to advance the basketball.
Bridges will inbound, and Brunson, he is bumped by Azar Thompson, and the foul goes on Thompson. 3.5. And the Knicks will have free throws. Brunson 10 points in this 4th quarter and 8 points in clutch time. 5-point game or less, 5 minutes or less, and that defines that portion of the game. It was 104-101 with 4:10 left when Brunson hit a jumper right as the shot clock expired.
Oh, they're thinking this was over and back.
Brunson's at the line.
Question is, where did Brunson get the basketball? Did he catch it in the front court and then go to the back court? I would love to see that play again. Where did he catch it? Oh, that's so close, because it looked like the ball was right at the half court. Oh, that's close. That is so close.
Brunson again at the stripe, where he has not missed tonight. 10 of 10. Timeout Detroit. 2.8, 4-point game. Knicks on top. It'll be Detroit's ball when we come back on TNT.
Zach Zarba coming over explaining to us this play here on Brunson. He's like, even though Brunson touched the basketball near that half-court line, they allowed his momentum to carry over into the backcourt, and that's why it wasn't an over and back on the Knicks. It allowed his momentum to keep going.
3.2 on the clock.
No silly fouls here if you're the New York Knicks. They want to shoot a three, let them.
Harris will put up a three. That is down. 1 point game, 1.5. Brunson got it.
They fouled
with 0.5. Yep, they did foul him as he hoisted the ball down the length of the floor.
So even though he makes both of these, still a one-possession game.
0.5.
So you can get a shot off.
0.3.
But it obviously will be desperation. Or if you make the first and intentionally miss the second.
Brunson tonight is 10 of 11. He missed his last. He's at the line.
And he's looking at Thibs and his pops, Rick Brunson, trying to get clarification on what he should do. Yep, Thibs just told him to miss it. He just told him to miss it.
Jalen Brunson again at the free throw line for New York.
And if I'm Robinson and OG, don't move.
He did this on purpose. There's the buzzer. Game
No
over.
one touched it. No one touched it. The buzzer shouldn't have gone off.
But it did. And now the discussion with a 2-point New York lead. And the discussion among our three officials.
The horn was premature.
Yep.
Yep, you see the red light off. The ball's still in the air. Pistons are thinking, wait a minute, we are in our own building now, people.
And they'll take it.
Play is being reviewed
to
for
the
a clock
review
malfunction.
table. Yep.
I will say this for the Knicks. That was a total 48-minute game. They had really only shown up in 2 quarters in games 1 and 2, both being in the 4th. But they put together 4 quarters of total basketball. Here's the shot by Brunson. Watch the red light.
Purpose.
Missed it on purpose. Look at the red light. See if anyone touches it. Nope.
There.
But the horn had already sounded.
But just to clarify, they use neutral timekeepers in the NBA playoffs. So there's
inadvertent whistle, side out for Detroit.
And how much time?
Is it going to be 0.5?
Imminent possession belongs to Detroit. They'll receive the ball on the sideline with 5/10.
Okay. So, hey, plenty of time.
You need 0.3, right?
0.3 to get a shot off.
They're going to have 0.5.
So you can get off a 3, throw it to the rim, and get a 2. There's a lot of possibilities here.
Miles McBride is going to check in for New York to join Anunoby.
And no subs. They're not allowing any subs in on either team.
You're right. He wanted to get McBride in, and he can't. Tom Thibodeau can't get him in. So Duren,
I will say this: it's got to be a perfect pass by Duren. Wherever he's going to go, and now you have length on the ball and Robinson. And if you're Robinson, you can't cross the plane.
It's off to Cunningham. It's a bad pass. It's out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
No one touched it.
It'll be New York's ball with 0.5.
This should have been towards the basket.
Would you have Duren inbound, or would you have a guard inbound?
I would have loved to have a guard throw it in. Durham's not used to a play like this. I would have had him underneath to throw it to the rim and maybe allow him to catch and finish. I'm not sure about this. Having your center take the ball out.
Unless they wanted someone tall because they knew that Robinson was going to be over there. They wanted.
Only reason why Robinson was on him is because he was taking the ball out. If he would have been down underneath the rim,
True.
Robinson would have been down with him.
But I mean, it wasn't even close. So New York is going to inbound at .5 and the 2-point lead at the end here of Game 3 and try to make it a 2-1 series advantage for the third-seeded Knicks.
Also, too, we got to point out another 30-point game for Brunson in the playoffs.
Right, he had 34 in Game 1, 37 in Game 2, and 30 tonight. 31 for Towns. Robinson is out. Bridges will inbound. And he gets it to Brunson. The defender falls. The buzzer sounds. The Knicks have won it and go up 2-1 in this best-of-7 first-round Eastern Conference Series. Coming up next on TNT, Game 3 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Memphis Grizzlies. Saying goodnight from Detroit, you've been watching the NBA on TNT, exclusive home of the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals.
Когда вы стоите на моем пути, такая живая, такая красивая, но такая измученная. Говорите все о печальном, думайте о смерти, никого не любите и презираете свою красоту. Что же, разве я обижу вас? О нет, ведь я не насильник, не обманщик и не гордец. Хотя много знаю, слишком много думаю с детства и слишком занят собой. Ведь я сочинитель, человек, называющий все по имени, отнимающий аромат живого цвета. Сколько не говорите о печальном, сколько не размышляете о концах и началах, все же я смею думать, что вам только 15 лет. И потому я хотел бы, чтобы вы влюбились в простого человека, который любит землю и небо больше, чем рифмованные и нерифмованные речи о земле.
Когда мы встретились с тобой, я был больной с душой ржавой, сестра, сужденная судьбой. Весь мир казался мне вожавой. Я помню, днем я был поэт, а ночью призрак жизни воль. На черной вислой черный бред, как скучно, холодно и больно. Когда бы в памяти моей я вычер грудь, имел бы право сырой притон доски твоей. Из скуки мрачная Варшава, лишь ты, сестра, твердила мне своей волнующей тревогой о том, что мир жилище Бога, о холоде и об огне.
It's so cold. Now I'm wondering how I'm gonna get you back. Hey, nothing about to make it right. Jamila kiyabe mun. Na dawo gida ban ga Jamila ba. Na dawo gida ban ji muryanta ba. Hey, wayo, a neman mun Jamila. Jamila zuciya na ɓaciwa. Gida gida, gida gida, gida gida. Ooh, no matter what people do or say, this love will never die. If I knew I never hurt you so bad, drinking so much, too much women in my life. Kwashe mata. Jamila, I'm so sorry. I mean a girl. Inna dagida na gan Jamila na. Inna dagida inji muryan Jamila. Inji abincin Jamila. Wayo.